Hello there, friends. Just got 17 minutes till the stream starts, so we're just going to be chilling out while we wait to see what Xbox has to show us. I shall turn the cam on as soon as we begin. $13. I'm excited. The music is melting my brain. What's up, guys? Good to see you in the chat. Waiting for everyone to arrive, innit? Starts in 13 minutes. No, it starts in 11 minutes 34 seconds. Very exciting. And I'm just chilling here till we're almost there. And I'll put the face cam on. We can have a little chill out sesh. The last day G Fuel is 30% off today. Link below, code ESO for 30% off. I don't know what to expect. I'm excited though. But I'm reserving my hype. By the way, guys, I do have a emailing list now, the newsletter, which is linked in the description below. If you want to sign up, be the first person. Not going to spam you. Hello there, General Kenobi. Mike trusts Todd Howard. Does he? I mean, you two must get on really well, right? Bruh. I don't know if there is a trailer. That's why there's a question mark. I have no idea what to expect from this. But considering they announced it at QuakeCon but didn't show a trailer, I was thinking maybe we'll see it here. I don't know. Welcome, welcome, friends, to the live stream. Gamescom 2021, we're going to be looking at the Xbox live stream. It's only been 4 days since Bethesda announced that Skyrim Anniversary Edition was a thing. Now, in all the other games where they've re-released Skyrim, they've always had a trailer to go along with it. So I'm thinking, since they haven't shown a trailer yet, it may be here at the Gamescom 2021 Xbox stream. But it could be wishful thinking. We may see nothing. I could be completely wasting everyone's time here. But maybe there's something else. We might see something interesting. I am crossing my fingers, though, for something along the lines of a Skyrim remastered trailer, just to see what the graphical quality is like. I mean, we only are, what, November? So we've only got like a few more months. They're going to have to release a trailer between then and now. And we're getting so close to release. We don't even fully know what it is about yet.
Hello everyone, it's my great pleasure to welcome you to our 2021 Xbox at Gamescom stream. I can't believe it's been 2 years since we were together in person in Germany. And in fact, it's been 6 years since we hosted our first ever fan fest with over 1,000 Xbox fans
I was there.
on a giant boat on the Rhine River right there in Cologne, Germany. I have so many wonderful memories from back in 2015 with our fans and all the Fan Fest events that have happened every year since then. I even remember it was raining and that first Fan Fest, fans were waiting in the rain and they were still so excited just to come in and be part of the event. And Phil Spencer, Major Nelson, and others for the team were there greeting them as they were waiting. I made so many friends from that event. Even to this day, I stay connected with fans around the world that I've met at Fan Fest. And on behalf of all of us at Team Xbox, we truly treasure these memories and we miss being there in person. That's a highlight of the year for us, is to get out and be with our fans in person. We know fans in Germany, across Europe, and from around the world would travel to be there with us at Gamescom. And we will be back with you in the future.
Guys.
But we still want to take a moment to celebrate the Xbox gaming community and the games that continue to connect us. When you meet people face to face and you hear their real stories, you begin to understand the power of social connection that only gaming can unlock.
That's t-shirt.
This year, I'll miss hosting that lunch we did with fans every year at Gamescom, or the impromptu meets and greets we would do at Gamescom with our studio teams, going out for coffee and answering all the questions that our fans had. But I also love how our Fan Fest community has grown globally. And hearing stories of fans that are sharing swag from events or looking out for each other, especially during difficult times, that really warms my heart. I love the family feeling that our gaming community fosters. And given the state of the world today, for so many people, gaming is now the primary way that many of us stay connected.
I mean,
it is our primary social way to connect with our friends, no matter where they are. And that's why I'm excited to highlight especially our German and European community today and celebrate the connections we formed with them through Xbox. Because whether you're there in person or not, we're still connected through our memories and our passion for games. On behalf of everyone at Team Xbox,
Lord of the Rings game would be good.
All of the Gamescom gaming community and fans, thank you for the memories. Thank you for joining us here at 2021 Xbox Gamescom stream.
They asked people to send in like
Gamescom bedeutet mir unglaublich viel.
Okay, this is.
Sie ist mehr als nur ein Sommerurlaub.
Das ist sehr gut. They asked people to actually send in clips of like the best times they'd had in Skyrim, or like when it first released, what memories they'd had. So I don't know if they're using these clips in this, which makes me think there could be a trailer, or at least that trailer isn't far away from around the corner. I'm going to mute the Germans and talk over it. Don't take offense. Elden Ring is the way. I'm excited for that too, man. Fallout 5 is going to be a long way away, bro. I reckon 2030. It's going to be a long way away. But they've actually just hired the guy who made the Fallout London mod. So, you know, they must be working on something. But the guy who like wrote the Fallout London mod got hired by Bethesda. So, it's going to be quite interesting to see what happens there. I like this guy's hair. By the way, guys, I've been working on a Geralt cosplay. There's some comedy skits that I'm working on, so stay tuned for that. Very excited. Also, I am going to be streaming a lot on Twitch these next weeks. I'm going to be playing an FPS game called Hunt Showdown, so link below for that. I feel bad talking over these people, but I mean, you can literally read the subtitles. They're talking German. Don't give us Starfield remastered, next gen, the Elder Scrolls 6 expansive regions across Akavir. No, it's not gonna be an Akavir. I'd love to see it, dude, but no. I mean, we know it's gonna be Hammerfell. Bethesda acknowledging modders now, sounds good. I mean, Creation Club is like paid modders essentially, but we'll see what this new 500 bits of Creation Club content is going to be. I have no idea what to expect, but we know it's going to be new quests, new bosses, new weapons and armor, probably more of what we've seen, but it'll be interesting to see if it's like an upgrade in quality of what they've done before in this new Skyrim Anniversary edition. I'm also keen to see this new console upgrade to it as well. Bethesda lost their creativity? I don't think so. I just think we haven't really seen like a new game from Bethesda regarding like Skyrim or Fallout in ages, you know? And Fallout 76 was made by a different studio, so...
Riesige Gaming-Community gewesen, wo auch die Xbox-Fans als große Familie zusammen...
So, you know, it's been a while since the original Bethesda team have made a new game.
Die Gamescom bedeutet für mich auf jeden Fall so eine Art Familientreffen. Es sind einfach so viele gleiche Leute da, die alle Bock auf neue Games
27 bits of Creation Club.
Ja.
Which has 500 things in it. Yeah, that's kind of like how they seem to be talking about it, right?
Die Community, die man eventuell so kennt.
I don't think the hype for the Elder Scrolls 6 is going to be as much as Cyberpunk, dude. I think the PR that CDPR did for Cyberpunk was insane in comparison.
Die Gamescom ist persönlich für mich ein Event,
But obviously, yeah, we'll be like 10 years on.
2012 das erste Mal da. Und was soll
Beyond
ich sagen?
that.
Ich bin seitdem ein Dauergast geworden. Ich nehme jedes Jahr Urlaub, weil es einfach megamäßig Spaß macht.
No, it might change the gameplay. I mean, they had survival mode. That changed the gameplay. But yeah, I agree. They're probably not going to have like a new gameplay changing thing. It would be cool if they added Todd Howard as an actual follower, like he was in Oblivion. Well, he wasn't actually a follower, but he was an NPC you could find.
Brand new Xbox. Or the upcoming video game releases like the new Halo. Or if you're out,
You've only got 1 minute left, otherwise I'd show it to you.
Like me. You're bound to find anything and everything that you love and want to do, all under one roof. So go check it out. See you there.
Die Gamescom bedeutet für mich persönlich extrem viel. Es ist nicht nur ein Urlaub, es ist jedes Mal ein Riesenabenteuer. Jeder einzelne Messetag ist speziell und man weiß nie, was passiert. Ich habe so viele lustige und tolle Dinge erlebt und möchte keine Sekunde davon missen.
Was war die schönste Erinnerung an die Gamescom? Als ich mit meinem Rollstuhlfahrer-Onkel, der ist jetzt schon über 60, den habe ich mitgenommen und der war ganz begeistert von dem Xbox-Stand. Alles war ihm ehrlich. Die Anspielstationen waren breit genug für den Rollstuhl. Das Team vor Ort war klasse, die waren total aufmerksam, echt super geil.
Hi, ich bin Nicole, alias Zick, und es gibt jede Menge Gründe, warum ich Gamescom liebe.
I've no idea what to expect. It'll probably be a whole bunch of games though. I'm just crossing my fingers that we'll see this Skyrim Anniversary trailer.
Gamescom ist für mich das Event im Jahr, wo ich die meisten meiner
500 paid
Halo-Cosplayer-Freunde wieder treffen kann. Wir sind mittlerweile eine doch große Familie und ich freue mich jedes Mal darauf, sie wiederzusehen.
They mentioned all the stuff that was free, but not the stuff that you'd pay for, which is the 500 pieces of new content. Okay, so we're going in with the trailer here. No idea what this is. Oh, Fable, yes. Okay, Microsoft Flight Simulator. As expected, I mean, they pre-rolled the whole conference with us. I wonder if they'll just do back-to-back trailers like last time. That's Cologne? That's Cologne Cathedral. Beautiful building. If you ever do Gamescom, make sure you visit Cologne Cathedral.
Hello everyone and welcome to our Gamescom 2021 Xbox stream.
We've got so many great game updates to share with you today. We're talking Age of Empires 4, Psychonauts 2, and my personal favorite, Microsoft Flight Simulator.
Later on, we'll take an extended look at Forza Horizon 5. There's so much going into this, and Playground Games' vision of Mexico is muy bonito.
And we'll be getting our first look at the cover car for the game, Paris. I got $5 on it being one of those electric scooters that you see piled up on the sidewalk.
Will Kate win $5? I guess we're about to find out.
Yes, indeed. Our Xbox Plays team will also chat with devs and deep dive into current and upcoming games all week on twitch.tv/Xbox.
Let's get started with Techland and their upcoming zombie parkour sequel, Dying Light 2 Stay Human.
Oh, this is actually going to be interesting. I'm pretty hyped for this. Dying Light 1 was really good. Can you turn down the volume of the stream?
I am Timon Smektawa, Dying Light 2 lead game designer. And this is David Lubryka, animation director. Hi. We can't wait until December 7th to finally give you Dying Light 2 Stay Human, the game we have been working on really hard for the last few years.
We're hoping the gameplay video you're about to watch will give you a foretaste of parkour and combat systems waiting for you in the game.
And we are just about to enter the city, fighting our way through its brutal and dangerous streets. Though, as you will see in a moment, there are plenty of things you can use to your advantage. So watch closely, look for special combat and parkour moves, and check out how with just a bit of creativity you can combine the two. Ready? Let's go.
Sometimes I wonder what this city looked like before all this. Probably like many others. People had their ambitions, plans, lives. Now it's all gone. The virus started it, but it was the people who made the world the way it is. This city, Villador. They tell me they had a vision. They had hope. But soon, one vision broke into many different ones.
Reminds me of I Am Legend.
Instead of fighting together, people stood against each other. War broke out.
Was it a little bird met a broken leg?
Hope died.
This is going to be a good game, right?
Now the city is falling.
Each time we strike down an enemy, we absorb their strength.
But I can't let that happen.
Yeah, like, oh, sick.
At least
that's me.
I need the secrets this city holds.
Fuck! Hey! Still some rats here!
You can join whatever faction.
To pick a side.
The bizarre
Just good
people. You're doing great so far.
I have to make a difference.
Kind of what I wanted from Cyberpunk, you know? That you could join all these gangs. It looks like Dying Light 2 are delivering on that idea. All these different factions with different roles and...
Great change is a series of small gestures.
You're Spider-Man! Nuts.
How about this series?
I played it again with my friend as well. Oh, the knuckle dusters though. Yeah. Combat looks even better.
Really gone. We'll see about that.
Well, that was an exciting trip, wasn't it, Timon? Did you notice those bandits in medieval-like armor passing by skyscrapers, banks, and large billboards? That's what we call a modern Dark Ages.
And it's a very unique design, one very important for the plot of Dying Light 2. But there's another thing
Skyrim
that stood out to
2077.
me, all those parkour moves that you and your team has put so much effort into.
Well, all you need is a few thousand of animations, cooperation with professional tracers, mock-up sessions, and invaluable help from David Bell, whose face and moves player will see in the game, by the way.
No, yes, right. And we've got twice the number of parkour moves compared to the first game, and we are showing some of them in this trailer. The vault kicks being the most important to me personally. It brings a whole new fighting style into the game. The player can stagger an enemy and use them to perform further attacks, for example by rebounding from their bodies, jumping off them onto other foes, and so on.
I think we captured the movement really well and made it quite simple for the players to perform. I can't wait for them to try it out and tell for themselves how much they love it.
Budget Spider-Man.
It's definitely going to be useful. The city's buildings are higher than anything we have done before, improving its verticality. Players will need to find a way to reach those tall skyscrapers and other challenging spots too.
Then it's good we scattered some helpers around, like a paraglider, which can support players in both parkouring and combat.
Exactly, cool. And it's gonna do great, especially in fights against humans, which are more frequent and important than in Dying Light 1. It's been over 20 years since the events from the first game, so people adjusted. They are much bolder now, at least during the day.
And they are more vicious too.
And I think that's a great summary of this discussion. Pre-order Dying Light 2 and explore its vast, complex world on December 7th. Thanks, David.
Thank you.
Look, it's looking good and like better and better the more they show. More pre-order bundles. Nice.
For the first time in the storied history of the franchise, Microsoft Flight Simulator launched on a home console with the release on Xbox Series X and S last month. Reviewers and gamers alike were blown away by how well the stunning visuals and the depth of the simulation translated to the console.
I still don't have a new Xbox.
And that's why I'm extremely honored to welcome the head of Microsoft Flight Simulator, York Newman, to the stream.
He looks like an actual pilot, doesn't he?
The last time we met was at the Xbox Game Showcase, and it was getting ready to come out on consoles. How did that go?
It went great. As you said, the reaction to the Xbox console launch was really just amazing. Both from Xbox gamers and from the press, they've been so gracious with their feedback. I don't know if you know, but Flight Simulator is one of the highest rated games on Xbox this year, which I think is just great validation that the translation of the simulation to the console has been
the best review I read of this game was someone was like, flew into my ex-girlfriend's house, 10 out of 10. 5-star rating on Steam.
Playing Flight Simulator than right now. So that's
awesome literally time. Why he brought the game.
That is awesome. Congratulations on the launch, really. But
all right.
I want to go to the danger zone. So what's going on with Top Gun?
There's so much going on, Paris. So you and I talked about Top Gun Maverick earlier. The fans are super excited. They saw the FA-18. They can't wait to start flying. And as you know, it comes out later this year as free DLC alongside the movie. But as the movie is still under wraps, so are we. So I can still not tell you that much about it. It would be even better
if you just put those on and said nothing.
There's so much else going on, even before Maverick. So we are continuing to do our monthly big releases that we've been doing for a long time. And next month, on September 7th, we are launching World Update 6. And this World Update,
still got one.
At the beginning of the show, if you remember,
he's
there
like,
was a little red
take
plane
me to the danger zone.
But we did that because World Update 6 updates that region, the region of Gamescom. So Germany, Austria, and Switzerland. And what that means to us
Can't
is
visit it in real life, but you can go in
images.
Microsoft Flight Simulator.
That helps us with the mountains, so the Alps actually look awesome now. We have new 3D cities like
He's just going to wear them for the rest of the stream, isn't he?
We have Basel in Switzerland. We have Vienna and Graz in Austria. And those cities look just amazing. They have like 7 centimeters resolution.
They do look incredible.
It's awesome. But we want to celebrate the entire region. So we picked 100 of the most scenic places, the most famous landmarks.
Can't wait to fly into that castle.
And we call those POIs. And we sort of spread them throughout the simulation. And we also added airports. We did Lübeck and Stuttgart in Germany and Klagenfurt in Austria and St. Gallen in Switzerland. And what it ties it all together is missions.
He needs to take the glasses off.
Discovery flights. We have new landing challenges, and we have.
He looks like he's going to give you a red and blue pill.
Of the country. So they fly you around all the awesome-looking places and really celebrate the beauty of this region of Earth. And this is a celebration of DACH, of Germany, Austria, and Switzerland. I'm so happy to be able to announce the date here at Gamescom.
You know, that is really incredible, all the different regions and everything that you're going to have in the game and the way that you're going to be able to actually highlight those.
Yeah, I think it's really cool. But you know, for us, it's actually not just the region and the visuals. We talked a lot when you study aviation, when you love aviation like we do.
You know what? That's good shit.
You realize that a lot of regions of Earth have a very special relationship with flying, with aviation. Sometimes it's, you know, the first experiments with aircraft or a famous pilot.
I hope he hasn't back on.
A feat of aviation or like a local manufacturer. So we thought to ourselves, why do we not use these world updates to celebrate the planes? So we are announcing a new series. We call them Local Legends. And think about that as planes that are locally well known, like in that region, but outside in the world, not so much.
I think modders can make planes and sell them in the game, right?
To bring these awesome machines to a worldwide audience. So for World Update 6, we picked a German plane from the 1930s. It's called Junkers U-52.
I'm drinking it.
In Germany, it's lovingly named
30% off today as well. I'm going to grab some G Fuel from the link below.
And we think of us as sort of a digital preservation. So we really want to get these planes to an extreme level of detail. We're going out of our way to really go deep. So we're doing a full scan. We're taking full scans of the outside and the inside.
In my car,
as detailed as 1 millimeter.
That plane. Look at that.
Which is as good as you can really do this. And then we're working with, for the Junkers, we worked with Bernd Junkers, who is the grandson of the original creator of the plane, Hugo Junkers. And he's helping us. He had a ton of insight and materials. Then we worked with an organization that is preserving one of the last surviving examples of the Junkers. us. So they let us scan and take photographs, and then we were lucky that to find a pilot that actually flew one of those planes.
Can you play in VR
in the real world? And he lets us know, like, is the cockpit right and the sounds right? Does it feel right in the air?
I think it'd be sick in VR.
So we're having a blast working with these experts to really bring these, to celebrate this plane, to bring them back to life.
So
by the way, guys, I'm trying to get a VR headset so we can play through Skyrim in VR.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically that.
But they're out of stock at the moment. So on the 31st, apparently, they come back in stock, and I'll order one.
Around the world.
We'll do another Skyrim playthrough.
It's honestly one of the funnest parts of the job. You end up working with these curators of planes. These are their babies, and they sort of see the tooth of time in the real world sort of nagging on their remaining planes, and they're so happy when we come in with our scanning equipment, and we're basically capturing their planes, and they know that we can digitally preserve them in perpetuity, and we're actually giving those scans back to the museum so they can do something with it. And it's a great collaboration. And we're actually not just looking back in the history of aviation, we're also looking towards the future. So I have another announcement. We are working with a fascinating German company called Volocopter.
Yeah.
And they're making an eVTOL air taxi for urban traffic. So they have a vision of the future, how these drone-type machines basically connect people in large cities. We're working directly with the engineering team to make sure that we are capturing their plane and their aircraft perfectly in the flight simulator, and that's coming out in November.
I mean, you weren't kidding when you're saying that there's a lot going on inside of Microsoft Flight Simulator.
It looks like it's really easy to drive.
Yeah, there's one more thing.
Yeah.
I'm so happy to announce that we've partnered with RARA. That's the Reno Air Racing Association. And every year they put on something called the Steel National Championship Air Race. And we're bringing this to Flight Simulator.
Bethesda have talked about sharing a lot of resources with Xbox in terms of cloud photogrammetry technology. I wouldn't be surprised, but it'd have to make sense in the game.
So, race, speed.
Might not be needed.
We go into the danger zone, baby.
Are you kidding? This guy is such a tool. I love it. We're going to the danger zone, baby. Imagine just interviewing someone and sitting there the entire time with sunglasses on. Such a tool move, man. I'm looking directly into the sun now. Maybe they're 3D glasses. I was taking the piss, but he did it again. Just like Bethesda re-released Skyrim again.
And you know I love being in the danger zone. When is this coming out?
Man, these
what is he talking about? Am I missing something? What is the danger zone?
50 to 250 feet above the ground. So you are definitely going to be in the danger zone.
It's time.
I mean, without going into too much detail, this Reno Air Race is actually the largest expansion we have since we launched on Flight Simulator. It's not just because we scanned all the famous race planes of the world. There's lots of them. This is also the first time when you can basically race against your friends and pilots across the planet.
Quite. And I'm in the danger zone.
Competitive multiplayer is coming to Microsoft Flight Simulator.
What is he talking about?
That will definitely test your pilot skills. And you ask, when is it coming out? This is coming out this fall, so it's right around the corner.
Oh, that is fantastic. And you know I have the need
back off
speed,
again.
So I can't wait to get my hands on this and participate in some of these air races.
He's talking about Top Gun. Oh, is it Top Gun, Quay? Oh.
If going fast on the
should have known
ground
that.
is more your speed, keep an eye out for an extended look at Forza Horizon 5 later on in the stream.
Give this man a fighter jet in Microsoft Flight Simulator.
Game's next big DLC. But first, if you're an Xbox Game Pass subscriber, we have some great news for you.
Is Skyrim... Yeah, Skyrim Anniversary Edition is coming on Xbox Game Pass for free.
Here I come!
This song, guys, so let me just mute it for a moment. Midnight Fight, that looks quite a good one, actually. There's so many indie games on Game Pass. Will you push for Oblivion remaster remake? Nah, mate, because Kyle's already remastering Oblivion in the Skyrim game engine, and that looks so much better. The soundtrack was from... Oh, okay. So if you haven't seen, Skyblivion are remastering the Elder Scrolls Oblivion in the Skyrim game engine, and it looks insane. They're transporting all the quests across, and I think they're going to have some new ones. And they're like recreating all the forts from the Elder Scrolls Oblivion, but like obviously like what you come to expect from Skyrim. So all the forts are like fully reimagined. They look insanely good. Same with like the dungeons and whatnot. Like they were so simple in Oblivion, but now they can be so much more complicated. So I'm really looking forward to that, man. It's going to be really good. Come on, give us Skyrim. Yeah, I know. I'm hoping so. I'm hoping so. I think I have several versions of Skyrim. Game Pass. Better subscribe.
Yep, somehow they did it. They added even more games to Game Pass. But let's talk about what's coming up. We're talking Age of Empires 4, the game's creative director, and we're going to see what's next for Sea of Thieves. But now, we've got a new roguelike retro shooter that, in grand retro fashion, sends you plundering through shifting dungeons to defeat a mysterious eldritch terror. Let's dive into the pit.
Should I put my sunglasses on for this? Oh, this is proper old school. They remastered Doom as well, didn't they? The OG. Oh no, Quake, sorry. Not Doom. This looks interesting. Very nice. A good transition. Who, you like Skyrim? Which one? It's a true question. I mean, it's 10 years onwards. There's a whole nother group of people that are playing that game now. You know, if you like re-release a game, it gets like more coverage and more people talk about it. It's in the shops again. More people see it, so more players come back to the game.
Well, I am here with creative director of World's Edge, Adam Eisgreen. And Adam, I'm so excited to talk Age 4, of course, because you've brought something a little different and very special today.
Yeah, I have. So, you know, so far we've been showing everyone kind of what Age looks like from in the game, you know, when you're playing it. You've gotten to see a lot of footage of that. And we've also shown a little bit of our campaigns, right, through when we unveiled the 100 Years' War and showed Joan of Arc. But we have yet another way in Age of Empires 4 that we're kind of bringing history to life that we haven't talked about yet.
See, you do this to me. You put me in suspense. I want to know more, so let's go with it.
Well,
let's hear more.
Okay, wait, you get one moment of suspense. Okay, that's enough. So what we brought today is we have these wonderful little videos that we've created that are interspersed amongst the campaign. And they're
Skyrim 2 is your
5
favorite.
minutes each. And we have over an hour of them total, and they're called Hands-on Histories. And what they are is a great way to like deep dive on certain fun subjects from the cultures we're representing and just from medieval history.
Excellent. Well, I hear you've actually brought one of those segments that you're going to share here for the very first time.
Yes, I have. We are going to show you the segment on one of the most popular units from Age of Empires franchise and a fan favorite, the Trebuchet.
Excellent. Well, this I got to see. Let's take a look.
The fan favorite.
A counterweight trebuchet was the king of all siege engines. A catapult
This is in England.
capable of smashing down castle walls from great distances.
That's pretty fucking accurate, man. Good camera placement there.
At Warwick Castle in England,
There you
they've
go.
built a replica, one of the largest in the world.
I actually own that castle.
Originating in 7th century China, by the 13th century, trebuchets had evolved into devastatingly powerful weapons.
Such a
Just
simple
two guys
design,
with it.
but so effective.
It has several key features. A pivoted arm with a weight at one end, and a sling to hold the projectile at the other.
What am I watching? They're explaining how a
The
trebuchet
6-ton weight
works.
is raised using tread wheels.
So this is one of the wheels, one of two.
She's going to fly herself out of it now.
Attached to an axle, which would lift the counterweight, weighing 6 tons. It's based on muscle power alone.
Oh my god, she's powering it like a
Essential
hamster.
about launching a projectile as far as possible is making sure that this end of the arm is moving as fast as possible. So once that weight drops, it really sends this point of the arm moving at its highest velocity.
You have to shout,
done by
"Yeet!"
positioning the pivot
and then it gets
close to
further.
the counterweight, and by launching the projectile from a sling. When released, the sling whips round, vastly increasing the launch speed.
Someone's been fucking killed by that one, I swear.
Trebuchets were carefully aimed, like modern guns.
Yeah, we're watching a gaming show right now, yeah.
Walls or even breach them, you had
I'm
to make
enjoying
sure
this,
that
though.
the
It's a
projectiles
good-
hit the same spot every single time.
He's explaining how to conquer a castle. Battle
For each
Brothers.
projectile to follow the same trajectory, they all had to be the same weight and shape.
Anyone who's just arriving right
achieve
now
this,
must be so
Masons
confused.
used a gauge.
Ah, the
I'm gonna
trebuchet
load this
gauge.
projectile into the sling. Oh, this one must weigh about 25 kilograms, but some
That's
projectiles
light.
can get up to 150 kilograms. That's
Exactly.
the weight of 2 men.
Or a very fat man.
Trebuchets were also used to throw burning tar, beehives, even dead bodies.
No
Anything
wonder
to
the
cause
bees are
maximum
extinct.
distress
We
to the
used to
enemy.
yeet hives at each other.
Did you hear that whoosh?
It was the counterweight
Got
trebuchet's
him.
lethal combination of power and accuracy that made it the ultimate
accurate
medieval
was it,
siege
though?
weapon.
I thought we were going to see gameplay, but explain to me how all the medieval
I'm gonna
stuff
say
works, and I will sit and listen.
Don't care, because that is awesome and remarkably unique, something you don't see in games very often.
Yeah, so, you know, one of the things when we were looking at what we were going to do with Age of Empires 4, there's a phrase I'm really fond of, which is history is only as interesting as the people who taught it to you. And you could say that about any subject, really, right? But I think the great thing is when you have someone that's so enthusiastic and passionate about history, it really comes across. And we wanted to be that kind of teacher for history. And there's a phrase called humanized history that I use to kind of describe what we tried to do, which is we tried to like connect past and present. And you can see that kind of in our briefings as well, where we've got like real stuff with like CG kind of overlaid to show you the history. And so for these, we really wanted to do that same thing. So ourselves and Relic partnered with this amazing group in the UK called Lion TV, and they've done production on an amazing amount of shows and documentaries for the BBC.
I've heard of them, actually.
Won every award you can imagine for media. And they travel to all of these locations in all these different countries to meet with these subject matter experts and get all of this great footage on how things really worked and how
Show me
things
the
were
Mongol
made.
archers.
And
I
it's
saw
been
them in the
delightful
pre-roll.
to kind of go through that process and get all these and finally start showing them to everyone.
I love it. Now, you also, of course, you've got a bunch, as you mentioned, of these hands-on history segments. Anything else that you can tell us fans about what we can expect, looking forward to? Any favorites you got coming up?
Oh, well, favorites. Oh, man. Well, I think my personal favorite is one called Medieval Surgery.
Okay.
And I'm going to let your imagination go with what we might show
Sounds
and what we
terrifying.
might talk about in that one.
Yeah.
But the thing I love about them is that they go all over the place. So, we've got ones on warfare and castle building and like how they kept flaming arrows from not going out when she shot them. And but we've also got all of these ones on, like illuminated history and hawk falconing and like horse taming, armor creation, and there's even one on Mongolian instrumentation, which is really cool because those instruments, we actually use them in the soundtrack for the Mongols when you're playing as them in the campaign.
I've got an actual Viking helmet.
I mean, I just love the behemoth amount of history that you guys. Age of Empires always known for bringing history alive in a completely different way, and I also love to mention this to people that you and the team do so much research, and it's so great to see this approach being used in a hands-on history kind of segment. But I mean, what was that approach like to sort of sell going forward, especially since it's such a unique in-game experience?
Well, the cool thing was it was there from day one. It was one of the things I was really wanted to do is try to tell these stories in a different way.
Cyberpunk 2078.
But I'll tell you, like full disclosure, it's been insanely nerve-wracking because we're trying something completely different that no one's ever done before. in a game. Like we're history, but we're a game, but we're teaching you things, but you're having fun. And finding that middle ground has been really challenging.
We're teaching you things. You're having fun, right? This is fun.
We've shown the campaigns, or we've shown these hands-on histories. I've been like, oh God, is it gonna work? Like, people gonna like this? And the great thing is so far, everyone that's really experienced the entire thing put together have just been like, wow, this is great. And it's so different and kind of cool and refreshing. So, so far,
Where
so
is
good,
the gameplay?
right?
I want to learn more about history.
It's been a journey, to get all this done and put the whole game together.
Well, I love that you mentioned journey because we are coming towards the end of this development journey for Age 4. Talk to me about where people can find and learn more about Age of Empires 4. I know they're all chomping at the bit.
Oh, well, October 28th, we are launching the game. You can go to ageofempires.com to learn more about the title. And if you're really, really excited, right now, you can go onto the Microsoft Store or Steam, pre-order the game right now. And of course, we will be there day one, Xbox Game Pass for PC as well. So anyone that's on that can just grab the game and start playing. But
yes, I believe you are a part of something very special.
Yes, so Gamescom opening night live.
Yes.
11 a.m. Pacific time. There might be something Age of Empires related in there, so if you're a fan, you probably should tune in.
Oh, a bit of a tease from Mr. Ice Green.
Maybe.
And I like it very much. Adam, thank you so much for joining us here.
Always a pleasure, Kate.
Always a pleasure. Age of Empires 4 looks fantastic, so I cannot wait. October 28th, neither should you. Now, we have tons coming up here today, including a new update for State of Decay 2 and an extended look at Forza Horizon 5 with our friends at Playground Games. But now, let's catch up with Paris, who's gone from flying the skies in Microsoft Flight Sim to a different kind of cloud.
Is he still going to have a sunglasses?
That's right, Kate. Xbox Cloud Gaming is already available on Windows PCs, mobile phones, and tablets. And now, it's coming to Xbox consoles. The future with cloud gaming sounds bright. No waiting to install, no running out of hard drive space, no waiting to patch, and no buying a new console just to play with your friends. See how the vision of cloud gaming will bring people together without barriers.
So when I think about cloud and when I think about gaming, those two things together to me really show you the future, where you can pick up something and you could play it anywhere and you could do it quickly.
This is the future, baby. I like to game on the toilet.
Cloud gaming is phenomenal. That's pretty great. I mean, that's pretty awesome.
This actually looks so good.
Games are large and you want to keep the ones that you know you love on your hard drive. Xbox Cloud Gaming is about being able to discover the new ones right away. It's super exciting that for our Game Pass Ultimate members, they will get to experience Xbox Cloud Gaming on whatever console they have.
Cloud gaming is really about looking at
Cloud
how
District
people
gaming.
play differently. I know me in particular, sometimes I just have 20 minutes.
It should be as easy as finding the game that you look for on your
casual
console
gamer.
and just jumping right in.
20
We're
minutes.
targeting 1080p,
60
frames per second.
What's crazy about this is like the latency. This is the kind of stuff you need with cloud gaming.
Oh, 60 frames? That's actually very smooth.
I mean, the latency is good. That's
to get
the
into cloud
key.
gaming feels like you're playing on console, right? You go, you find the game you want, you press play.
It's so easy nowadays. You can pick up any device and pretty much play any Xbox game on Game Pass.
One does not simply play Skyrim for 20
titles
minutes.
that I don't have yet. I can just wait for them to send me an invite. It makes
He's still
content
waiting.
just so much more accessible.
I really love the flexibility. It's awesome.
Everything that Xbox is doing right now is just getting rid of the limits of having to be on a specific platform or a specific console. Play
I
on
do
PC
agree.
and
The
mobile,
Xbox
and now
ecosystem,
on Gen
they are
8.
smashing it.
Yeah, Gen 8 consoles can play Gen 9 content. Isn't that so cool?
With cloud gaming, we have the ability, because you are connecting to consoles that are in our data centers, to allow the Gen 8 customers, the Xbox One customers, to play games that their hardware wouldn't have been able to play without it.
There's so much opportunity when it comes to thinking about how we can make content more readily available and let people play.
But you can't just
where
play
they
in a
want to.
browser, can you?
Sign me up. I'm ready for cloud gaming right now. Let's do it. When's the release date? When does it
Stadia
release?
already does that. Look out, it's Alduin! Look out! Can't wait to go to the Cloud District, guys.
August 9th saw the release of the free optimized update for Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice on the Xbox Series S and X. With beautiful and rich visuals, thanks to the addition of ray tracing and improved materials alongside performance updates, this is the perfect opportunity to relive Senua's journey or experience it for the first time. And if you haven't played this, do yourself a favor, grab a pair of headphones and immerse yourself into this world.
Get some sunglasses.
Speaking of unique experiences on Game Pass, the Xbox Plays team will be taking a look at some ID at Xbox titles over the next few days, including 12 Minutes and The Big Con.
They're also talking with developers from Halo, the Master Chief Collection, Forza Horizon 5, and Destiny 2. So join the live Q&A to get your burning questions answered. You can catch all of those streams on twitch.tv/Xbox.
You can catch
Speaking
me
of Forza Horizon 5, don't forget
as well.
our friends at Playground Games will give us an extended look at their monument to motoring in Mexico later on.
Let's go.
That includes never
She keeps telling me that every 5 seconds.
Plus cars.
By the way, the Forza gameplay is coming up later.
Franchise before. I've loved everything I've seen of Forza Horizon 5 so far, and I can't wait. Now, Kate, there's more games to check out, right?
Well, right you are, Paris. Let's talk Wasteland 3. Their newest DLC introduces us to a new cult. The Cult of the Holy Detonation.
Dude, that sounds sick. Sounds like the Atom cult from Fallout.
The Holy Detonation is life. Deep within Cheyenne Mountain, we've changed. Devolved into the mutations you see before you.
Damn.
Set on a righteous path.
Yeah.
The Holy Detonation's life-giving glow should be shared
Atom's
with
glow.
everyone.
Dude, this looks sick. Wasteland 3 is such a good game.
Holy Detonation purify you. Join us, Rangers.
So they've made their own shrine of Atom. Bask in Atom's glow. All hail Atom.
With new patches, bug fixes, and
in the
added
chat right now,
features,
did you
like
blow
a
up
fine
Megaton?
wine,
Yes or no?
Wasteland 3 just gets
Give me a
better
yes
with
or no.
age to really savor the game's bouquet. We're
Let's see
talking
what kind of
with
person you
In-Exile
are.
game director David Rogers. David, thank you for joining us.
I'm super stoked to be here. Thanks.
So
This
in the
guy's
trailer,
awesome.
we saw that the DLC is coming out on October 5th, but we know, In-Exile, Wasteland 3, you guys have been working on this for a very long time. So can you kind of talk about that journey?
Yeah, our dev team has been working nonstop full tilt, trying to make Wasteland 3 the best version of itself it could be. Over the past year since it's released, we've added features, we've balanced, we've listened to the community, we've fixed bugs, added stability, and I really think that the version that we have now is the absolute best version of the game, and if you've never played it before, now's an awesome time to jump in.
Well, congratulations
You
on
blew up
everything that you've been
Megaton.
doing with Wasteland
Thanks.
3.
Damn.
Now, this DLC is called The Cult of the Holy Detonation. Now, talk about that a little bit. Tell me what's going to go into this DLC. What should we be excited about?
Right, so you've heard of Cheyenne Mountain, right?
Yes.
For those who haven't, Cheyenne Mountain is this top secret military complex buried deep in the heart of Cheyenne Mountain in the middle of Colorado. It's designed to outlast a nuclear winter. And so when you hit level 16, an old friend calls you and says, hey, I need your help securing this secret military base and all the secrets within. And as soon as you get there, you find 2 warring cults battling over supremacy, trying to take control of the Holy Detonation, which is this pre-war science experiment that they worship as a god.
Yeah. I hope you can join them.
These cultists are insane. They're mutated. They've gone totally mad. And
It's not
all
a
they
Fallout
want to do
ripoff
is
because
share
they
the
made
whole
Fallout
radiation
first.
with you and your entire ranger team. How generous.
Yeah, that sounds a lot cooler than some of the cults I may have joined in the past. But this is typical Wasteland fashion.
What-
We're really
what
going to be able
cults
to get in
did
there and
you
mix it
join
up,
in the
right?
past?
Right. So you and your ranger team insert yourself
Was it the
right
danger
smack
zone?
dab in the middle of their holy war, which, what could go wrong?
Yeah.
And this is a Wasteland game, so you decide everything. Choice and consequence is our bread and butter. And so you decide who lives, who dies, who gets screwed over, who takes charge. You're deciding the fate of the cults, the Holy Detonation, Cheyenne Mountain, and ultimately all of Colorado.
Pretty sus.
This is really your game to craft and mold.
That's awesome. So the last expansion was the Battle of Steeltown, right? You had giant robots and things like that. So, what are you going to do to actually top something like that from the last expansion?
Right. So we wanted like returning players to find something that they could never find in another version or like in previous versions of Wasteland 3. And so we built this as a Wasteland-style dungeon crawl. And in there you find this awesome mix of mystery, exploration. You're meeting these crazy cultists who have been locked in this like pre-war time capsule, and some of the raddest boss battles we have ever been able to build in a Wasteland game.
That's awesome. I want to get back to the crazy cultists, but talk to me about these big boss battles. I want to hear more about that.
Right.
I want to bask in Atom's glow.
Parts of Wasteland combat, and we breathe new life into it with objective-based combat, which are basically super rad boss battles. It's no longer you're like huddling in a corner, throwing down turrets, just going on murderous rampages. It's not about killing, it's about getting the job done. And so now, combat doesn't end until the mission is over. We send you on proper combat missions. You're in there, breaking into prisons, rescuing POWs. You're disrupting these high-tech cultist rituals. You are splitting your fire team and coordinating like you never have had to before. Like everyone on your team has a job, and I really think this is going to take old players who know their Ranger team like the back of their hands, and it's going to make them scratch their head and really have to rethink how they go about combat and making it new, exciting, and challenging like mentally in a way we haven't been able to really do before with just straight up murder combat.
Now, Wasteland has a reputation for getting a little silly.
Right.
What are some of the weird characters we can expect in some of the story encounters we'll see in the game?
Yeah, with Cult of the Holy Detonation, we really got to cut our devs loose and just let them be creative and fun and silly. Like Exile's modus operandi is if we're like brainstorming and something makes us laugh, we just put it in the game. That's just how we do it, and we pick up the pieces afterwards. Because we want to make something that entertains us, and then we know if we're having fun, our fans are going to have fun along with us. And so we got to explore, like really letting you get deep into this like weird radiation cult, and let you interact with them and talk with them, and tell stories, and like maybe
can we join them then?
And so, like for instance, one of the characters you meet, one of the first cultists you meet, is this slathering beast. He's got like claws and fangs and spikes jutting out, and he's drooling, but he's like the nicest guy in Cheyenne Mountain. Like you meet him and he's like, hey guys, you should like come in here and like soak up some of these rads, it'll be great. And he Sherpas you in and lets you meet the whole cult. And another one of my favorites is the Proteus. He's what you get if you took like 20 cultists and you like melted them into a big pile, kind of like I would do this with like a magnifying glass. I would like melt like army guys and like GI Joes into a big pile, and he's wet and sloppy and gross, and he's hard to understand, and he needs a translator supposedly, but he's like your #1 fan. And getting to build like this totally out there wild extreme character was a ton of fun to write for. It's a ton of fun to like explore like what makes this cult tick, and he's an absolute blast.
Do not be alarmed.
Even some of the weapons that you find in Cheyenne Mountain, they're devolved cultists. Like there's one guy, and he kind of devolved into this like vomiting bagpipe creature, and he has this real like kill me vibe about him. But we get to play with these fun body horror themes that let us jackknife between sort of like dark and serious and like goofy and funny, which is a line that Wasteland really loves to ride. Like, a lot of really important stuff is at stake, but the Wasteland's a pretty bizarre place.
Oh, I can imagine. Now,
this guy talks too much. He's going to be talking about the game. That's the whole point.
Expansions that are out there. But say I'm a new player. Say I'm watching this right now, and I'm like, man, I want to get into Wasteland 3. What would you suggest?
I want to join a radioactive cult.
And like I said at the top, like Wasteland is like the best version of itself right now because of all the work we've put into it over the past year. And so you can get the whole thing with the Colorado collection. That's the base game plus Cult of the Holy Detonation and Battle of Steeltown, all for a discount. Or if you have Game Pass, you already have Wasteland 3. Just download it and play it, and then you can get both expansions with the expansion pass.
DLC isn't included on Game Pass. Is that like a normal thing?
To recap this a little bit, we've talked about, spewing pus bags and these weird characters and the cults and the boss battles and all these really cool things that are going to be in Wasteland 3. But please remind everyone before we get out of here, when can you pick up this DLC?
Right, this Work of Passion, it comes out on October 5th. We're really stoked.
That is awesome. So this is the Cult of the Holy Detonation.
Cult of the Holy Detonation.
Honestly, it looks really good. I'm really glad they did
David,
this.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks, Barish. Appreciate it.
All right. In the 3 years since its launch, Sea of Thieves has played host to some incredible crossovers, including unique ship sets inspired by games like Battletoads, State of Decay, Halo, and more. Today, we're excited to announce a brand new special event that will award players an all-new ship as a part of the latest Wild crossover heading to Sea of Thieves. Better yet, this event begins tomorrow. So get ready to make some mayhem, and let's get our first look at this very special ship.
You better be ready. Oh, it's Borderlands ship. Oh, that's actually sick. Borderland weapon as well. Is that meant to be Claptrap in the barrel? That's so cool. Get it free?
Guten Tag, everyone. Really cool to be a part of this all-digital
That was the most British accent.
We were thinking, what's the best way to kind of celebrate Gamescom and to be a part of this as Sea of Thieves? And so we're really excited to reveal that we're bringing the Mayhem ship set that you've just seen, a really, really cool ship that's inspired by Borderlands, into Sea of Thieves. And we're giving all of our players a chance to earn it during kind of the Gamescom time period. So it's been really cool to work with the Borderlands team to bring this ship to life.
Looks like a video
giving
game.
all of our
It
players
looks
the chance
awesome.
to earn it as part of this live event that we've cunningly titled Mayhem. You might notice the link. So you can probably guess the kind of activities that are involved. But if you head to Larina or any of the outposts in the Sea of Thieves world, she'll be able to fill you in on the details of what you need to go do to earn the ship set. So we hope everybody gets a chance to take part in this awesome time-limited event. So it starts today, and it runs through to September the 7th. So that's the time period you've got to get your hands on the Mayhem ship set. And I think that's it from me.
I'm loading up Sea of Thieves right now.
I will see you on the seas.
God. If you're ever on camera, just be normal. Don't try and do anything like that you think might be a good way of saying bye that you'd never do in real life. Just be normal. Just be you. That's my advice. So this is the new State of Decay game.
Hope. It's always been a dangerous world in Trumbull Valley.
Hello there.
But now, it's hope that brings us back together. It reunites old friends. It builds new bonds. And in the face of a growing threat, hope is the greatest weapon we have.
Yeet. This looks good. They do need some emotions in the faces, though, I think. Jesus Christ. I wonder if he's a gamer.
Welcome back to Trumbull Valley.
Ooh. That's pretty good. Is that co-op then?
Just like zombies themselves, it seems everything old is new again in State of Decay 2. And we have a guest to walk us through this Undead update. Please join me in welcoming Undead Labs Director of Communications, Wanda Russell. Hello, Wanda, how are you?
Hello, I'm great. It's great to be here, talk about the Homecoming update releasing on September 1st. We are very excited to get this into players' hands.
You are indeed. So let's talk about the Homecoming update. Obviously, we are coming back to Trumbull Valley. We were there for Heartland, the update, back in 2019. Talk to me about the differences, and I'll sit
Giants Club, yeah.
Adorable. So Heartland is the story mode within the game, but it's a very linear, narrative-driven experience. You know, players couldn't move their communities there. So that's all changed with the Trumbull Valley map. It is the 5th core open-world map. It's fully remastered, and it expands into 2 territories that were completely inaccessible in Heartland. So players can return to Trumbull Valley with their communities, start new communities there, and really start exploring everything that the new map has to offer.
So then, would Homecoming be a sequel then to Heartland?
Yeah, exactly right. So the events in Heartland kind of play out. You see what happens in Trumbull Valley. So we think of it as the third part of our Trumbull saga that began with the original State of Decay game, continued into Heartland, and now we see what has happened since then and what storylines might be coming to a close. So
I don't know anything about this game.
There's a lot for players to discover, a lot of environmental storytelling to find, and things have changed. So this isn't the Trumbull Valley that players might remember. So that's going to be exciting.
Interesting. Well, and anytime you expand something like Trumbull Valley, you just have to have a juggernaut of content, pun intended. Talk to me a little bit about what some of those things are that players can get in on here now in the expanded.
Why is everyone spamming the chat with Todd? What's going on?
In fact, we're doing something unique with the Trumbull Valley map. There are items there that you can only find on that map and nowhere else in the game, including 12 new hats and outfits and new very cool weapons. We've got 6 new bases, 2 new achievements for achievement hunters. And on top of that, we are adding the game's 12th bounty pack. So that will be available from the bounty brokers across all maps. And I have to say, they are some of the coolest weapons I have ever seen go into the game. I'm so excited for people to find them.
A juggernaut amount of content, and I don't care who sees that second pun of the day.
It just works.
That works out great. Well, let's talk about the State of Decay community, because it's absolutely an integral part to this entire franchise. And State of Decay being on Xbox Game Pass, how has that impacted the community? How has that impacted the game? Talk to me about it.
It's been fantastic, and we have an amazing community. We love them so much. In fact, one of the reasons we're doing Trumbull Valley as a map is because it was one of the most requested features from the community, which also makes it very exciting for us to be able to say, we did it, you get it. And we have a major milestone that we're celebrating. State of Decay 2 has 10 million lifetime players.
10 million lifetime players. Hang your hat on that. I absolutely love that. Really grateful.
As many.
Incredible, amazing news. Congratulations to you and the entire team at Undead Labs, man. Fantastic work. Well, speaking of Xbox Game Pass, let's give me the deets one more time when it comes to the update.
So the update releases September 1st. It's a free update for all State of Decay.
Why is everything coming out in September? How are we meant to get our Borderlands Sea of Thieves ship if we have to play this game as well?
My pleasure.
Now we move from Trumbull Valley to the Lost Valley of Akria. This mystical location trades zombies for ancient warrior clans, forgotten temples of long-dead god kings, and a healthy dose of hack and slash. All this awaits in Strayblade.
What's this? Strayblade. Looks interesting. This PvP. Pre-alpha build, okay. This looks interesting. Oh, that's sick. Okay. Is that it? 2022. I want more gameplay. What was that?
In Strayblade, you discover the mystical lost valley of Akria, a world which ranges from overgrown temple ruins to frozen caves and winding canyons. A game world that changes based on your victories and plenty of dudes to stab in blade-to-blade combat. If that weren't enough, you even get a fuzzy little pal to help you out. Between the epic fights and this small guy, there's clearly a lot going on here. So let's hear more
can smell Todd in the distance.
Games about Strayblade.
You might be hearing your...
I'm Leonard Couch, game director at Point Blank Games, and today I will show you Strayblade.
You're cool.
Strayblade is an action RPG where you play a rogue adventurer who is exploring the ancient valley of Akria with his companion, a witty wolf named Boji. Unveil the history of the Forgotten Valley, master the powers of the 3 Akrian metals to restore balance to this war-torn land.
That is the how, as well as the why.
Combat and exploration are the 2 key elements of our game. Let's dive into the combat first.
That sounds cool.
Our combat system merges strategic anticipation of enemy attacks with split-second blade-to-blade reactions. It is the high noon of skill-based melee weapon combat. To achieve that, we put our hearts into creating fluid, well-readable animations and epic cinematic finishers. You can choose from multiple weapon categories that can be combined to fit your playstyle.
There's tons of armor choices and weapons. That looks cool.
Akria's colorful world ranges from overgrown city ruins to frozen caves and winding canyons. Together with your companion, explore the deepest corners of an ever-changing world bristling with adventure.
Companion's a bit cringe, but the gameplay looks
good. Find rare materials, recipes, weapons, lore pieces, and beautiful places. Change is part of your journey, where every victory impacts the world around you. When you die, time keeps moving forward. Enemies killed stay dead. New foes invade camps that you weakened. And when Boji revives you, only one thing is certain. The change you brought shapes what now awaits you.
That's
interesting. And of course, get ready for epic boss fights. Boop. We hope you enjoyed the first look at Strayblade, which will be out next year. And keep an eye on our social media channels for more information.
I shall keep an eye or two.
Next up, one of the most unique games finally comes to Xbox.
Yeah, unique. As in, my evil twin murdered 4 of my husbands because they secretly are in love with me. Unique.
In case that didn't tip you off, we're talking about Crusader Kings 3, the medieval grand strategy and role-playing game that has you trying to defend your royal line from those that would conquer your kingdom, and evil twins apparently.
Yeah. It's coming to Xbox as an adaptation, not a direct port, meaning that the UI and controls have been refined to bring that grand strategy experience.
Oh, imagine trying to play that game without
bringing the grand strategy experience to my comfy living room couch.
We'll all be ruling from our throne room soon enough. Check out Crusader Kings 3, now coming to Xbox consoles.
Sneaky snake.
My son, we must never forget the crimes committed against us. Your
and Skyrim and her people
sought his glorious revenge and failed.
Disgusting. Cowards fail in war.
He never understood that the greatest wars are won with weddings, not warriors.
I like how they showed the Xbox controller.
Daggers, not swords. Only the small.
I've not played this before. It looks good.
Measure success across the span of a single life. The real game is played across generations. You see, real strategy requires cunning.
Looks pretty good. You can play this on your phone, really? Play it day one on Game Pass.
Crusader Kings 3 is wild. You really haven't lived until you've made an 8-year-old the king of England.
Oh shit, I haven't lived all this time.
We've all gotten into some weird stuff this past year.
He joined the cult.
Like diving into people's brains and exploring their mental universes projected into a psychedelic 60s wonderland kind of weird?
Exactly that kind of weird, which means I am so excited for Psychonauts to finally get a sequel. It has been so long.
There really is something special about Psychonauts, isn't it?
There really is indeed. Now, think about this. 2005, when Psychonauts originally came out, was a different time for gaming. Most of the biggest games that year, we're talking Resident Evil 4, Battlefield 2, Call of Duty 2. They were great games, for sure, but they were all big, beefy shooter games.
Meanwhile, Psychonauts had humor, whimsy, and surprisingly heartfelt moments. It was an oasis of color and humanity in an era when games were increasingly turning grimy, dark, and combative.
Not to mention having some deceptively deep character moments.
That's why the original is considered a cult classic.
It has been a long time coming, and it is finally here. Enjoy this long-awaited launch trailer for Psychonauts.
Well, this shouldn't take too long.
These games just don't really interest me. What is happening?
With psychic powers, he dives into your mind. My name is
What is happening?
And I'm the new intern. And today,
hello there,
my
brother.
First day on the job.
Get ready, Rasputin.
I have no idea.
Did you forget everything I taught you about levitation, Rasputin?
I'm not supposed to check out equipment to interns.
Does look strange, doesn't it?
What? Can we just...
No. Quit picking on the new kid. We were all new once, in case you forgot.
I've got eyes on the target. And I've got eyes on me.
I don't know.
All I see is another unruly peasant.
A peasant. All I see is a peasant. I'm gonna just drop him in the air. Fast forward button, I wish. It's a live stream.
It wouldn't be the first time the Psychonauts underestimated Maligula's power.
Yeah.
Fire! Leave it to me.
Almost sounds like a James Bond soundtrack there. Must have had, yeah. What am I looking at right now? I couldn't tell you if my life depended on it.
Well, it's clear I could not be more excited for Psychonauts 2 because I gotta be honest, me in that original game, we got some beef that needs settling. If you know, you know, surface level, it is infamous, it is brutal, it is difficult to say the least. It's the final level of the original game that came out, and I cannot believe I'm doing the math on this one. 16 years ago, Tim Schafer and Lizette T-Tree Montgomery. I am definitely dating myself, but you all welcome from Double Fine Productions. Thank you so much for being here. Tim, can you believe it has been 16 years? I almost said 19 years.
That's because you didn't do the math.
Yesterday, but
you read it.
It kind of was for Raz because the story picks up right where the first game left off. And even though it has been a lot of years, it's a game that matters a lot to us. We really love it here at Double Fine, and we know that a lot of fans, it meant a lot to them. And so we really want to be true to the spirit of the first game, which we were able to do because we brought back a lot of the
Who's
same
excited
voice
for the
actors.
Witcher
and we also
Netflix
have
series?
a lot of people on the team
I'm rather excited.
Game, as well
Got
as
my sword ready.
on a bunch of new people like Lisette.
Look at that.
Thank you. It was really important for us to carry the legacy
Damn.
forward, especially the cool style.
I'm ready to
Wonk
slay
that's
some monsters.
Very prevalent in the first game.
Protect my virginity.
Style of Wonk. Just
No
put
one
it
will
on a
be getting
shirt.
to me.
I'm in there for it. Let's roll it back
I
a
sleep
bit.
with
Of
it
course, this can be
next to
kind
my
of a
bed.
trippy idea if you're not
Sometimes in the bed.
familiar. Psychonauts, they still jump into people's minds, I'm assuming, like the first game, right? So if a Psychonaut sort of dove into my brain, it would be like a lot of Ted Lasso quotes and French bulldog
16
memes. Am I
times
correct,
the
Tim?
detail, yes.
Yeah, that's what's fun about a Psychonauts game is that all the levels are different, just like every
You smell
person is
it.
different based on their
Yeah.
personality. If you could jump into someone's mind, what would it look like in there? What would be the color of the sky?
I smell
like,
his
who would the
leather
monsters
jacket.
be? And in Psychonauts, you get to do that because Raz has the power of astral projection. And when he goes in, he gets to
Plot
fight
twist,
those
Todd
monsters and
Howard is
help
the
people
new
deal
Geralt.
with their nightmares and wrestle with their
What
inner
is
demons.
that?
And so there's a ton of variety.
We need
and there's a
Skyrim.
lot of anything goes. We can go to any location. We can have any art style.
They ruined
and
the
coming up
lore in
with,
Nilfgaard.
new
It's based on
levels
the
for
books,
the
though.
second game was really fun to do.
There's some of the character changes
I
were a
love it
little
from the
bit
first game, certainly.
questionable.
Let's talk a little bit about how that kind of concept
Hey, man,
expresses
we live in a
itself
woke
in the
society
game
now.
world. I mean, Psychonauts 2 has got it all over the place, I'm sure.
Yeah, it was really important for us to carry forward the
Cavill
unique
did a
brain
great job
worlds
there.
and unique levels from the first game.
I
and
love
the unique
watching
style
him in
as well.
interviews.
So we were really focused
Just a
on
specimen
how we
of a
could bring
human.
forward that style in Wonk and also bring in new levels and enemies.
Now, of course, it wouldn't be Psychonauts without new mental demons, and I'm sure it's happening in Psychonauts 2. What does this mean? Does it mean basically is that we're finally able to slap COVID anxiety in the face?
Well, I don't know if you get to slap anxiety in your face, but you definitely get to slap some panic attacks, and COVID definitely caused a lot of those. In addition to panic attacks, some of our old enemies have also come back. Our sensors are our favorites, and they're definitely here. And in addition to that, we also have our doubts and some new enemies. There's our lovely sensor. Also, some regrets, some flying regrets. There are a ranged enemy, and they definitely are challenging. Our doubts are a slow, sticky melee enemy. You're also seeing our enabler here. He is our...
Peer pressure.
It energizes our whole combat troop. So we have a whole cast that you can battle.
Chat's great, I love it.
Including the new bad mood.
100 people have left because they don't know what Psychonauts
feelings
is.
that you have to fight.
Are you not a huge
Now, for
fan
those
of
who
this
haven't
game?
played the original, available now on Xbox Game Pass, by the way.
Show me the next one.
Tim, why is Raz so good at rummaging through brains?
Raz is he has some very special skills. He has 2 whole sets of skills. One being the acrobatic skills he learned growing up in the circus. He can balance.
I don't think the
tightrope,
games
jump
are. I
on
think the
trampolines,
series
swing on
are.
trapezes, and that helps him navigate and get around to all kinds of interesting places. But he also has this other side to his personality, which is that he's a powerful psychic. So he can levitate objects. He can use telekinesis and pyrokinesis. He has these powers, which people might recognize from the first game, as well as 3 new powers for the second game. He has the ability to mentally connect thoughts together, and he can connect 2 thoughts and actually connect 2 thoughts together to solve puzzles and to navigate in this game. He has the power of time bubble, which is just change and slow down how things are moving by changing people's perception of time. And he also has the power of projection, which allows him to pull an archetype, a personality, out of his unconscious mind and bring it into the world that he's in, like a companion in battle or in puzzle solving.
Geralt of Rivia
Let's talk about the
says
story for a second, because
Skyrim.
as the original Psychonauts, we saw Raz training to be part of an organization, and now
By the way,
perhaps
guys,
he's
I'll
part
be
of a whole
streaming a
organization
lot
at this point. And
this
are there
month
other
on
brain agents, other
Twitch.
Psychonauts out there that
playing
maybe grew
Hunt
up in a
Showdown.
completely
Link below to the
different
Twitch channel if you want to check it out. There's also a new emailing list which you can keep up to date with what I'm doing
We have a lot
by
of new
using.
characters
I'm not
in
going to
this
spam
game.
you. It'll be like a
As soon as
weekly or
Raz
monthly
arrives
thing.
on the headquarters,
It's just so I don't need to rely on YouTube
gets introduced
alerts
to the
to
interns.
tell you
And the
guys what I'm
interns
doing.
quickly tell him and show him
I get quite a
how
lot of
he
comments.
fits into the organization.
The bottom.
They're right down at the bottom.
I mean, no one knows or cares about this game that's watching right now, but I get a lot of comments from you guys saying like, "Oh, I haven't seen you since your last Skyrim video." I do play other games as well, as much as I love Skyrim, but the algorithm doesn't really tell you about them. Though I notice some of you are interested, so definitely subscribe to the emailing list if you want to stay up to date with what I'm doing. Link is below.
Told in this game, including their backstory and how it relates to the foundation of the Psychonauts themselves.
Well, I like that. And of course, as you might know already, I'm sold. But you, of course, already knew that. When can myself and the rest of the world exact some beefy, meaty revenge?
You can get back to the beef and play Psychonauts 2 on August 25th on Xbox Game Pass and
That's today. That's tomorrow.
There it is. Lizette, Tim from Double
I'm
Fine,
so
thank you
excited.
so much. And you know what? Extend a
Not
huge
for me.
congratulations to everyone at Double Fine on the launch of Psychonauts 2.
Thank you, Anna.
Thank you so much. We're very excited.
Thank you.
And
What
you
is
can catch
Skyrim?
more of Tim Schafer and
what?
ask him those burning questions
This is
about the newest
Skyrim.
game in the fan-favorite franchise in our Xbox Play stream tomorrow. But first, we're going from cleaning out mental cobwebs to cleaning up alien planets in this supremely satisfying 4K 60 trailer for The Gunk.
It's not a game I don't care about, though. The chat only cares about Todd Howard.
I don't like this weather. I'm pretty sure the ship's insurance won't.
So I just
cover
get a
any
picture of
storm
him to put in the bottom corner.
Have to be careful out there.
One sec.
The gunk's eating everything here. This planet is literally a
with me.
paradise when the gunk's gone.
We're sorting us out, boys. Todd will be here momentarily. I need a 4K picture of Todd. Oh, this one's perfect.
Vex. Oh, please, Vex.
And download that. Good look. Gimme. There we go.
We have talked about so many incredible games today, and it's hard to pick a favorite, but let me just say, it is so cool that State of Decay 2 is expanding Trumbull Valley. Come on. And hey, you know what? Great job on that Flight Sim interview.
Oh, thank you. I mean, talking to Jorg is always a blast, and Flight Sim is such a special game to me because, I mean, it's literally letting me travel the world. But I was staring daggers of
In the
jealousy
danger zone.
watching you talk to Tim and Lizette over at Double Fine.
Well, I will say this, I understand, but you got to play Psychonauts 2 already, so I
There
don't
he
want to hear
is!
it.
Jesus
That's true.
Christ!
But it's not the same as talking to the creators.
you've summoned
Just
him.
trust me when I tell you. Be excited for Psychonauts 2.
I will say this as well.
Bloody
I am
hell.
excited to see even more of Psychonauts 2 on our
Terrifying.
Xbox Plays streams.
Yes, don't forget,
He's here.
Xbox Plays will recap all the week's
coming out of
news throughout the
nowhere.
week at twitch.tv/Xbox. so make sure to check that out.
Holy moly.
Before Kate and I let Playground Games take the wheel, let me just say that it has been our distinct pleasure to chat games and nerd out with everyone today.
Oh, it's hands down the best part of the job, for sure.
Yes. But we're far from done here.
We've done it, chat.
Now, in June, Playground Games
It's going to tell us about Skyrim Anniversary Edition, don't you worry.
To 2018's breakout hit open world driving game Forza Horizon 4 arrives on November 9th on Xbox consoles, Xbox Game Pass for console, PC,
I'm
and
so
cloud,
excited.
And of course, Steam.
And if you're watching our Xbox YouTube channel, switch over to our Xbox Twitch channel to see all this new exclusive content.
And that is twitch.tv/Xbox for the full vroom vroom experience.
Check me out on Twitch there again already, guys.
Watching on Twitch
Link
or one
below.
of the Forza channels, stay right where you are.
Without further ado,
we stream other games on
let's dive in, starting with the new custom Forza Horizon 5 controller, which is available for pre-order today, so players can
just
have
go
it
behind me
in
there,
hand
thanks.
by November 9th when the standard edition of the game launches.
Ooh. Looks like a fancy controller. Pretty cool controller. Got the pink and the blue. Ooh. Oh, it's like transparent. Very nice. You can see the engine. See what they did there. Very clever. Oh, it's drifting. Oh. Probably the coolest controller trailer I've ever seen, to be honest. See what I did there?
Charlie here, and I'm at Playground Games with Forza Horizon creative director Mike Brown and Forza Horizon art director Don Arcetta. Hello, everybody.
Hi, everyone. Hi, Charlie.
Hey, Charlie.
Hello.
How cool is this?
That is stunning. Look at that.
That does look
we obviously
sick,
just saw
though.
a really cool video about it,
It's like
and I'll be the first to
semi-transparent.
say there is an amazing influence of Mexican car culture and music literally splayed right across the front. Isn't that right?
Absolutely.
Maybe
It just
one for
feels
Skyrim
like
Anniversary
it's part
Edition.
of the Horizon Festival, like it's just dropped out of the game into your lap.
Absolutely.
Absolutely love it.
And there's so much we do want to show the fans, and it's been quite difficult to decide where to start. So can you maybe tell us a bit more about the game, Mike?
Sure,
That was
yeah.
tough.
So Forza Horizon 5 is bringing the Horizon Festival's unique brand of fun and freedom to beautiful and vibrant Mexico. Players are going to set out across the largest, most diverse open world we've ever built in hundreds of the world's most beautiful and exciting cars.
Yeah, and people think
I
that
mean, this
Mexico
game
is
does
just
look
a desert
incredibly
or a
good.
beach, but there's so much more to it, isn't there?
I'm not a huge
That's
on
right.
driving
Even though it
games,
does have
but it
pretty
just
awesome
looks
beaches and
incredible.
a number of amazing deserts, it also has vast canyons, hidden temples, awesome, beautiful
A
historic
linear
cities,
Xbox
and
controller?
even a
What would that look
towering
like?
snow-capped volcano, the highest point we've ever had in a Horizon game.
So you've talked about how Forza Horizon 5
Really
showcases
heavy. You
powerful,
have to carry
all
her
new
burdens.
graphical features, but what more can you tell us about that?
So yeah, our Mexican HDR sky captures really illuminate the world to the point where you feel like you're really there. And thanks to Series X and S, ray tracing is utilized in Forza Vista to really make our cars look more true to real life. You'll encounter the smallest of details as you travel throughout the world, all rendered in striking realism.
Oh, that's such an exciting overview. I cannot wait.
Does,
And next
doesn't
up
it?
is something we know that Forza Horizon fans have definitely been
It's
waiting
just a
for the
controller.
most. Mike, what exactly is that?
It's not just a
That's
controller.
right. We are about to reveal the
Actually
cover
got the
of Forza
Cyberpunk
Horizon 5,
mouse just here.
featuring
Can you
the
see that?
incredible Mercedes
You see that?
AMG
Looks good,
1
doesn't it?
and the
It
2021
looks great on
Ford
camera.
Bronco Badlands. Should we take a look?
Look at
Let's
that.
do it, yeah.
Fucking invisible, huh? How about that? You're not going to beat that, are you? PC Master Race. PC Master Race, mate. Never seen an invisible mouse before, have you? Exactly. I mean, this looks insane. See, I have a Vauxhall Astra. It's a peasant's car, an affordable car for the common man, such as myself. And I hope that exists in this game and that I can drive it. I don't know
Now, those are two
if they've
very
made that
different
car,
ways
though.
to explore Mexico. So what I want to know is why those two cars were chosen and what players can expect when they get behind the wheel.
Yeah, so those differences are exactly why we chose them. The Mercedes-AMG 1 marks the first time a car features Formula One hybrid technology almost one-to-one from track to the street. And with the 2021 Ford Bronco Badlands, that's primed for rugged off-roading across Mexico's vast terrain.
And I'm certain people can't wait to see more of what these cars can do in the game, so I don't think we should keep them waiting any longer. Mike, can you tell us about what we're about to see next?
Yes, so in a few moments' time, we'll be kicking off a Forza Horizon 5 Let's Go stream, and everybody should check that out for a big deep dive into loads of new content and features from Forza Horizon 5.
I want Todd Howard to show me Skyrim.
We have 8 minutes of brand new gameplay where we're going to see both the Mercedes AMG
Todd Howard did like a charity
2021
stream where he
Ford
just
Bronco
played
Badlands.
through Skyrim.
And in typical Horizon fashion,
I think that
we are
would
going
just
to see
make
active
millions.
volcanoes, cars jumping out of cargo planes, and a race under beautiful Mexican skies all the way to the Horizon Festival.
I would pay for that.
Should we check it out?
I think we should.
Be awkward if she said no. Seems a little bit extreme. Drop it like it's hot. What's that? Is that a... Okay, that's going to get me demonetized. Ford Dragonborn, indeed. This is Skyrim 2. These are the dragons. That's what I look like now. Mark, thank you so much for the donation. Great job as always. Thanks, ESO. Mark, aka hip old guy. You are pretty hip, dude. Thanks for the donation, though. I appreciate that. Oh, he's talking.
Atop of the towering, snow-capped Grand Caldera volcano.
See you on the other side!
Why is this guy in like a 747 trying to like do a flyby? You would not fly that plane that low. Nor is it that agile. Do you even play Microsoft Flight Simulator? Try and ram him off the cliff. Oh shit, he just fucking went for it. Holy crap. That was pretty sick. I was always the kind of person who played racing games and would like try and ram off the other player to assassinate them. So essentially by the end of the race, I'd be the only person left who would obviously win. But just destroy the competition and then you didn't have a problem.
There might be a little bit of traffic ahead. Watch out for that.
Skyrim equals Mexico. It looks amazing. I mean, it looked great for the trailer, but I'm not so sure about the realistic reality of that.
You go enjoy yourself. I have to go make another delivery.
There's no way you can drop like a Lambo out the back of a car like that, though, surely. It's not a Lambo. Sorry. I've offended someone now. I mean,
now
that
we see
looks
the
so
2020
good, though.
Corvette Stingray tearing up the asphalt towards a dust storm in the Mexican farmland.
I want to see some Vauxhall Astra gameplay there.
Keep going.
I think they need some pedestrians so you can like run them down as you go there. That adds to realism for me. Whee! Yes, it is scripted. Fast and Furious 7. No, because we haven't had a lecture about family yet. Just racing with your family. I wouldn't be surprised if there's like a Fast and Furious crossover at some point in one of these games. But they did make like a Fast and Furious game though, didn't they? Do you remember that? It was really bad though, I think. I remember watching Moist Critical do like a review of it, and it was hilarious.
Okay, on my mark.
How many cars does it have inside? Oh, it's a Porsche. Is it Johnny Silverhand's Porsche?
This could get a little rough.
Realistically, what's your favorite car? Mine's a Mustang because it's an achievable car to buy.
Touchdown!
match. The jungle awaits.
Drops me into the bloody
Is the
rainforest.
Porsche 911 Desert Flyer, crashing through the dense jungle tree canopy.
Flamingos.
You see, if you could run down the wildlife, I think that would be better. I reckon that, yeah, it would be better, right? What do you guys think? The nice thing about Serana as a follower is that she doesn't die, whereas Lydia can accidentally be killed, which happens quite a lot with my kind of gameplay, you know? Exactly, Voxel Astra. Okay, that's it. Sadly, we did not see the next Skyrim Anniversary trailer, but obviously there is going to be one coming between now and next when Skyrim Anniversary releases, which is what, 11th of November this year. So it's not long until they've got to show a trailer, right? I'm surprised that they don't release something in Gamescom. I would have thought this would be the one to do it. Maybe Bethesda are doing their own thing. They only had QuakeCon 4 days ago, and they announced it there. They will show us some kind of gameplay or something between then and now. The pity it wasn't in this video, but guys, thanks so much for watching. Thanks for joining. If you want to stay up to date with what I'm doing, please do sign up to the newsletter linked below in the description. The best way to stay up to date with what's going on in the channel. I'm kind of taking things off, like just relying on YouTube notifications now, because a lot of people complain that they don't see them. So check out the newsletter, sign up with your email if you haven't already. And I'm also going to be on Jesus. What the fuck happened to my teeth? I need to get rid of this green screen, mate. Okay, I'm back. I have returned to normality. Yeah, so we'll be doing a lot of streaming on Twitch in the coming month, which is linked below as well. ESO, I think it's ESO Danny or on Twitch. And I'll be playing a lot of FPS games, a lot of Hunt Showdown, because we've got an event going on, which I'm really excited about. It starts tomorrow, so I'll probably be on in the afternoon or something. And yeah, I'm also trying to get hold of a VR headset for a Skyrim VR live stream. So that's in the works. Saved up the money, they're all out of stock at the moment, so I'm just waiting to get something. But guys, thank you so much for watching the stream. Thanks for joining. Drop a like on it before you leave, and appreciate you guys all coming. It's always good fun to stream and just chat with you guys. All you guys chatting Todd Howard in the chat, I love that. That's why I stream to you guys. So thanks for making my day fun. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.